Hello, my name is Lucas. This is Bit of Lit. I see a lot of people talking about the letter B for the B tag, and I will be taking part. B is for Bildungsroman. What is your favorite Bildungsroman coming of age story? And for me, that would be Great Expectations by Charles Dickens, which is my favorite book by him and used to be my favorite book of all time. Certainly, it's a stark contrast to Oliver Twist by Charles Dickens, which I'm not a big fan of, although it is quite dark in its own respect. I think Great Expectations is by far his most mature and darkest novel that I have read. I haven't read Bleak House, which I imagine might actually be darker, and I haven't read Little Dorrit, I think is what it's called. So I don't know. There's a couple I haven't, Martin Chuzzlewit as well. Haven't read a few, but I will get to them eventually. Great Expectations is genuinely horrifying. And it's all about it's an older man by the name of Pip retelling his life from a young boy, and how it's just so drenched with regret because as a young boy, Pip had great expectations for himself and wanted to be a gentleman. And please excuse the fan if you can hear it. It's in my computer. I'm sitting next to it. So that we can have the lovely bookshelf halfway in the shot. Pip wants to be a gentleman, and he mistreats anyone who's ever given him a chance, namely Joe, who is like the sweetest man on the planet. Like, he's too sweet to possibly exist, basically. And there are other people that he takes advantage of and mistreats and does all sorts of actually genuinely horrible things. And you see how those have scarred Pip as an older man retelling what has happened. And he goes through the ringer in the craziest Victorian coincidence of all time. Maybe not of all time, but certainly a very strange tale with a lot of coincidences. I think it's his most honest book in a way because it shows his I think it shows Charles Dickens' true feelings. But, I could be looking into it and maybe not, but that's my thought. Number 2, B is for beach. What would you recommend for a beach read? Yeah, I'm just not going to answer this because I don't think I would ever read on a beach I would never go to a beach, but because I hate the sun, which is why there is Strike the Sun, empty Dr. Strike the Sun. But I would never go to a beach. If I were to go to a beach, I would want to play in the sand and with the water and all that stuff. I would not read, personally. I mean, I can't see myself going to a beach and reading because I would just not go to the beach because that would take time and I could just read. So, no. Number 3, B is for best. What is the best book you have read this year? I'm going to go ahead and give it to either the biography of Malcolm X that I read earlier, which the name is escaping me at the moment. It's going to bother me so much. I can find it. Give me one moment. Either the biography of Malcolm X or perhaps Octavia E. Butler's Kindred, which is absolutely, genuinely fantastic. When did I read that book? Okay, I read it here, and it is The Dead Are Arising, The Life of Malcolm X. Those 2 books are by far the best books I've read this year. Another strong contender would be The Romance of American Communism, which was a really amazing book that showed sort of all the different ways that people came to communism and what it meant to them, and what it was like when there was a stronger movement and this kind of thing. And it was really heartwarming in a way. Number 4, B is for Bookshop. Do you have a favorite bookstore? I guess the that's because it's the only one I really go to. I don't know of any bookstores in America that I really care about because it's been a long time since I've been there. So, number 5, B is for banned books. Is there any book that you think should be banned? I'm not actually thinking about the question. I'm just wondering, if there was a book that I would want banned, what would it be? And I just think I would, if I didn't want a book, I just wouldn't buy it. So, I don't know. I suppose there are definitely books that are published every year that have extremely harmful and damaging rhetoric in them, but I don't know. I wouldn't ban a book. I would just not buy it for myself. Number 6, B is for Bible. What is your favorite book of the Bible, and what trigger warnings do you think it should have? I mean, good Lord, you're talking about the Bible. What trigger warnings does it not have? God, my favorite. It's been a very long time since I've read all the way through the Bible. I tried to read a couple years ago, and I got through Kings 2, Second Kings, not Kings 2. I think there's a Second Kings, and that's like biblical Game of Thrones, and it's just so hardcore. But my favorite is Genesis. I think it's just so amazing. There's so many amazing stories in there. But God, I mean, there's like, where do you want to begin? All of the horrible things that happen in Genesis. I think there's rape, murder, incest, just a lot of biblical retribution. I don't know how to answer this question. There's a lot of really troubling things in the Bible, man. Like, I think the question is ridiculous because everything that happens in the Bible is quite extreme, okay? God, for example, drowns everybody except, everyone who gets on Noah's Ark. I feel like that's genocide. Personally, I don't know, man. Genesis, I would give every trigger warning. Don't read the Bible if you're sensitive to anything because it's got it all. But that said, read the Bible, especially Genesis. Genesis is fantastic. Number 7, B is for bookshelf. Show us your bookshelf. I have been. I just bought it. We've got Happy Love House over here. We've got a bunch of books I still haven't organized. More books. We've got some Chinese literature, some Shakespeare, lots of poetry and stuff. 2 copies of To Kill a Mockingbird. One I bought for my girlfriend, and one my friend bought for me. I don't know why. I guess he thought, well, he's American, I'll get him a classic. I would be happy if I didn't have 2 of these. Personally, I don't need 2, but whatever. Then we've got some Chinese literature and some European literature and stuff. And then we've got like art supplies and my Chinese textbooks. There we go. B is for Brazil. Oh, I'm not going to say this name right. Paolo Coelho's The Alchemist has been translated into 70 languages. Have you read any of Coelho's books? What did you think? No, but I will get to The Alchemist now. I've heard a lot about it. Thank you. Goodbye.